online on Facebook or something, and you come across a recipe that looks really good, and you wonder, is it really as good as it looks like it is? Well, come along with me as we prepare some of these recipes and give them a try. And at the end of the video, I'll come back and let you know what we think about them, and if they're really as good as they look like they are, and if it's worth you giving the recipe a try too. Today we are making Caribbean chicken thighs from Good Housekeeping. Let's get cooking. Okay, for this recipe we have 2 tablespoons of cumin, a teaspoon of thyme, 1 jalapeno. I decided to cut it up, it did not tell me to. This is a 1/4 cup of orange juice, no pulp, and a 1/4 cup of chicken broth. Gonna need some salt, don't know how much. 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 5 cloves of garlic. We're gonna need some lime juice, a whole avocado, a whole mango. The recipe called for 2 large sweet potatoes. I had medium, so I have 4 medium. Didn't say how to cut them, so I'm cutting them lengthwise like that. And then 3 pounds of bone-in, calls for skinless. I do not have skinless, but 3 pounds of bone-in chicken thighs. Let's get cooking. All right, so the first thing we do is we're supposed to use a food processor. I do not have a food processor, so I am using a blender. Hopefully it works well. And we're putting in the jalapeno, the garlic, the olive oil, the cumin, and the thyme. And we're supposed to blend this into a paste. Better put that lid on it. I eventually did get it all blended up. Doesn't look very appetizing, but it is all blended into a paste. So on to the next step. All right, next we mix the orange juice. We mix the orange juice, the chicken broth, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I wouldn't suggest drinking that now. All right, now we're ready to fill the crock pot. You see I have a crock pot liner in here. I always use a crock pot liner. It makes cleanup so much easier on your dishwasher, aka the person doing the dishes. We still wash the crock pot, but nothing sticks to the edges. You just throw all that away. All right, so you layer down your sweet potatoes. You pour the orange juice mixture on top of them. All right, next we put in our chicken thighs. My chicken thighs are actually still frozen, but that's the wonderful thing with the crock pot, is you can put in frozen chicken and it still cooks them up just fine. We're going to sprinkle the chicken with some salt, and then that jalapeno paste we made in the blender or food processor, we're going to spread over the top of our chicken thighs. Now, looks like I missed a piece of jalapeno chopping it up, so that piece gets a chunky part. All right, we're ready to go turn on the crock pot. All right, this cooks for 8 hours on low or 4 hours on high. All right, the chicken is almost done, so we are going to make a salsa to go with it. That is the cut up mango. This is the avocado. 1 tablespoon's worth of the lime juice, and a dash of salt. All right, just about time to plate everything up. All right, I have my Caribbean chicken thighs plated up. You can see I put the salsa on top of both of the chicken and the sweet potatoes. I gotta say, the The jalapeno paste does not look very appetizing on this chicken thigh. Hopefully it will taste really good though. I do have a side of the best roasted vegetables. I did that video the other day. We had some leftovers. Overcooked them a little bit tonight, but I'll leave a link to that down in the description. I'm gonna go have dinner and I'll be back in a minute to let you know what we think of the Caribbean chicken thighs. All right, we just had the Caribbean chicken thighs. And looks were not deceiving. We did not care for the taste of the chicken thighs at all. It tasted like goop on top of chicken. It was not appetizing. I mean, we did eat it, but we didn't really want more of it. We will not be making this again, and I would not recommend that you make it. Might have been better if I had had a food processor instead of a blender, but even then, I don't think we would have cared for it. If you've tried this recipe, please let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. And if you have a recipe you'd like us to give a try, let me know about that and leave a link down in the comments for me. And as always, let's keep cooking.